So most of us here know the current situation with Rise of the TMNT. Season 2 was abruptly cut short and the finale aired months ago, and the Netflix Rise of the TMNT movie is coming this summer, and that is most likely going to be the last piece of Rise of the TMNT media ever. So how did Rise end so out of nowhere? It ended so quickly. Some say because poor toy sales, some say poor TV ratings, and some say a change in management at Nickelodeon. In reality, it had to be a combination of all three of those things. When the show started premiering episodes with Season 2 on Nicktoons, we all saw the writing on the wall.
Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Saturday night at 10:30, only on Nicktoons.
A full 26-episode Season 2 was greenlit years ago, before Season 1 even began. So it's safe to say that there were a lot of ideas and content left on the cutting room floor at Nickelodeon.
Thank you!
Co-executive producer Andy Suriano has been dropping nuggets of information on a few different platforms, like Twitter and Discord, as well as a few other artists and writers for the show. I haven't exactly been keeping up with all of their updates, but fortunately, one of my viewers has. Andrea sent me her own Google Doc with all of the information that Suriano and the others involved with the show have given on the future plans of Rise of the TMNT that had to be scrapped. Thank you, Andrea. There's plenty to get into, like plans for a 5th turtle, and a bunch of lost episode titles and plot points. So let's not waste any more time. Here are the lost episodes and stories of Rise of the TMNT. Rise was being written under the basis of there being 3 full 26-episode seasons. When the writers found out that Season 2 would be cut in half and the show would be put on an indefinite hard pause, they had to essentially cram a season and a half of story into one 44-minute long finale, and the crew only had 6 weeks to write and finalize that finale. Of course, any fans who thought the finale felt rushed or felt all over the place, they weren't wrong, because the writers of this show basically had to pull off the impossible. In my opinion, all things considered, the Rise finale was amazing, but the true finale will be the Netflix movie, where the plot of Leonardo being the new leader will be expanded upon, and the Krang will be introduced as the main villains. First, let's take a look at some of the episode titles that were in the works. This shot was taken from JJ Conway's Twitter. He was a storyboard artist for the show. These are the working titles of what would have been the majority of what was cut from Season 2. I'm going to go through these episode titles one by one, as many of them we've gotten more information about, while others are left to our imaginations. Episode 11A, titled Wedding Smashers, would have likely taken place in between Pizza Puffs and Battle Nexus New York, since it mentions Meat Sweats having gone missing. It features Raph and Mikey going undercover as villains, named Shady Bug and Dr. Rude, to attend Ghost Bear's wedding due to accidentally giving him a black hole generating toaster. That was Donnie's fault, and that was as a wedding gift. A storyboard of nearly half the episode is up on YouTube, and was taken from a live stream that a storyboard artist from the show did. The storyboard has full voice acting, as the episode was deep into production.
The name's Warren Stone, and tonight's top story will be my saucy dance moves.
Episode 11B, Warren Stone 2, we don't have any information on that one. Obviously, it just would have been another one with Warren Stone, which would have been great, because he was one of my favorite characters in Rise of the TMNT.
My saucy dance moves.
Now, episodes 12A and B were originally intended to be the Battle Nexus 2-parter, which instead aired as episode 11. 13A, T-Hex, would have been about a robotic toy that Mikey desperately wanted, while it was a delightfully boopable snoot.
What did he say?
We learned that it might not have been as innocent as it seemed. Episode 13B, titled Psyched Out, we don't have any information on, but I'm guessing it would have been about Hypnopotamus. 14A, Shred Dead Redemption, again, no information about it, but obviously it would have been all about the Shredder. 14B, The Island of Dr. No, we don't have any information on this one, but Dr. No was that mad dentist from Todd Scouts.
That snaggletooth. I must have it.
15A, Toddler Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, we don't know concrete information on this one, but the writers revealed that there would have been a Mikey-focused episode that would have featured a, quote, bank-robbing, immortal jellyfish mutant that zaps Raph, Leo, and Donnie, turning them into turtle tots and making Mikey the big brother for the day. There's a chance that this could be that episode. 15B, Dog Dale Afternoon, would have been an episode about Dale, that kid from April's school from the episodes Hypno Part Deuce and Mystery Meat. He would have turned into a werewolf due to an encounter with a, quote, Baba Yaga, and Donnie was going to attend some sort of medical meeting with April, and he was going to pretend to be a doctor. 16A, B story, we've got nothing on that one, but 16B, Goyles Just Wanna Have Fun, would have had Draxum reunite with Hugin and Mutant. However, not wanting to show how soft he's become as a lunch server and an ally to the Turtles, he begs the Turtles to help him look awesome in front of his former minions. The quote from one of the writers was the Goyles discover Draxum working in a school cafeteria, and they're a bit perplexed, so Draxum asks the guys to help him look like a badass so that he doesn't lose their respect. 17A, Rampage and Raph, would have been about Raph feeling left behind after seeing how well his brothers have mastered their mystic powers. So he tries to master his power as well, in secret, and ends up getting stuck in his huge mystic aura form. He asks Baron Draxum for help, and Draxum separates the two of them, but now his mystic side is smashing the city and getting bigger and stronger with everything he destroys. So Raph has to tell his brothers what he's been doing so they can all go and defeat the Mystic Raphael together. We've got nothing on 17B, Hot Thrash. 18A, Gord Almighty, was going to be a silly episode about Donnie trying to grow a giant pumpkin for a pumpkin growing competition and needing to find a way to get this absolutely huge pumpkin out of the lair. Now these next 4 episodes we've got nothing on. 18B, A Spider's Web Widens, which we can assume is about Big Mama. 19A, Hidden City Heroes. 19B, Gone Goat. This one could have been about Clem, that yokai goat that's the clerk at that mystic weapon shop. And then a 2-parter, 20A and B, The Key. Of course, that one sounds epic, but we don't have any info on it. Now this picture was posted by Russ Carney, a writer for the show, and it contains the same episodes that we just went over, and then the final 12 episodes of the season. But now, some of these are real titles, and some of them are fake, but we don't know which ones are real and fake. Episode titles like Crohn's Disease and Foot Fetish, they're likely fake. But all of the other episode titles seem very plausible. And even Shreddy or Not, that was of course an actual title used in the 4-part finale that we got to finish Season 2. But let me go down the list. 21A, Crohn's Disease. 21B, Donnie's Funeral. 22A, Foot Fetish. 22B, Stand By Your Gland. 23A, Draxum, I don't even know him. 23B, April Showers, Mayhem Flowers. 24A, Shreddy or Not. 24B, and then there were 3. 25A, The Return of Monty Moose. Now, for clarity, Monty Moose was an action figure from the 87 series toy line, but he was just a toy and he never even appeared in the series. 25B, Hard Pause. Now that one's funny because it's probably referencing the fact that the show got put on a hard pause by Nickelodeon. 26A, 3-Boot, Part 1. I don't think that one's real. And then 26B, Mad Dogs and Splash Hogs. Now, we've got some serious plot stuff to talk about. Some of these nuggets are straight bombs, and others are just small details about some filler episodes. Let's start there. There was going to be an episode where the Foot opened up a cupcake shop. I guess the footwear business wasn't paying the bills.
I am an average teenage boy.
There would have been another episode that would have been a flashback episode of April meeting the Turtles for the first time when she was 11, making Raph 10, Don and Leo 9, and Mikey 8 at the time of their first meeting. This would have been really cool. I would have loved to see the Turtles' designs when they were in between their toddler and teenage stage. Also, seeing how April and the guys meet, that's a necessity in any Turtles series. The show's writers wanted to do a lot more stuff with Baxter Stockboy, more about Mayhem, and more about the Hidden City. They also wanted an episode all about Mikey and Raph and how they used to be best friends but sort of separated as they got older. And that's correct, because you will notice, while he may cling to Raph in certain situations, Mikey tends to actually hang out with Leo and Donnie the most. Now that would have been really interesting. That's something that we don't see a lot of in Turtles. In-depth looks at past events that shaped the relationship just between two specific brothers. We usually only get that kind of development with Leo and Raph.
I'm better off calling my own shots now. Get used to it.
You aren't ready!
Of course, Stockboy was hilarious, so more of him would have been really cool, and Mayhem's story could have been fleshed out more too. We did learn that he was a secret agent for the Council of Heads, the leading authority in the Hidden City. Mayhem is a yokai, and most of the other yokais can talk. I just really wish that Mayhem could talk. It'd be a lot easier to develop that character. The Foot Recruit, aka Cassandra Jones, and April were going to be big rivals for most of Season 2. Any friendship that would have happened between them would have most likely been in Season 3. Also, apparently, when you join the Foot Clan, you lose your name. Hence why we don't get the Casey name drop until she switched alliances, went to the good guys, and why the Foot Lieutenant and Foot Brute don't have names. We would have gotten several more episodes featuring Karai interacting with the Turtles, Splinter, and April, and helping them learn Hamato Ninpo. There was also a ton of backstory and lore created for the Hidden City that we never got a chance to see. Had we did, we probably would have learned a lot more about the Crying Titan and the battlefield surrounding it. Now, I expect the Crying Titan to be featured heavily in the movie, as the Crying Titan is where all of the Empyrean is, and it's also where that deceased looking Krang was being kept in the Empyrean-filled orb. Also, we would have saw the backstory of what the yokai had experienced during Shredder's rampage. Given that the Shredder was the reason that all humans thought that yokai were dangerous, and he's what pushed the yokais underground. Before this, yokai and humans both lived on the surface and were able to coexist. Now, here is the biggest bombshell. This is serious changing shit right here. Check out this message that Mr. Suriano gave on Discord. Blue Jitsu was only able to save 4 turtles. ... They were planning a 5th turtle. It could have been a more common turtle, like Slash. It could have been a female turtle, like Venus, or the brand new Janika. Or it could have been a brand new turtle character exclusive to Rise. Now, it was also said that Big Mama's assistant would have been revealed and fleshed out over the course of the series. Of course, her assistant looks very similar to the build of the Turtles, and it's been widely speculated that her assistant could have been that 5th turtle. And these nuggets of information only give more credibility to that opinion. We do know that there's a stranger from the future that somehow communicates to the Turtles that danger is on the horizon. Who could that stranger be? Watch my last video for speculation on that, but one news article actually said it was Casey Jones, which is confusing. But maybe it could be a long-lost 5th mutated turtle from that fateful night in Baron Draxum's lab. Or maybe it could be the Fugitoid. Or maybe it could be Renee. Or maybe it's just a brand new character. The good news is, we don't have to speculate much longer, as the Netflix movie is coming very soon. It's going to be released in the summer, so most likely it will be out in 5 to 7 months. We'll also be getting the first trailer, presumably very soon. We still need to find out who Haley Joel Osment is voicing as well. My money is kind of on the male Casey Jones of this movie, since that's what that one article said. But he could be voicing the leader of the Krang. Time will tell. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. My next video is actually going to be a video all about the Rise of the TMNT figures that we got, and more importantly, the ones that we didn't get that were actually shown to us at various conventions. There were certain figures produced that we got to see fully, but they just never got released to stores. But I really do wish that Rise of the TMNT got a more fair shake. It was planned to be 3 seasons, so the writers of the show, they should have been granted those 3 seasons to fully flesh out the story that they were building up. The whole situation was very unfair for the entire team producing Rise of the TMNT. We missed out on a ton, guys, and unfortunately, I don't think that we're ever going to see most of the things that we talked about in this video. If the movie does perform fantastically, there's always that small chance that Nickelodeon takes Rise of the TMNT off of that hard pause and resumes it for a season 3. or even season 3 resumes on Netflix. But sadly, nobody should be getting their hopes up. It's tough for many fans, but it's sad but true. But during the build-up to the movie, I'll be sure to make plenty of videos on Rise of the TMNT while it's still technically in its life cycle, like counting down the top 10 episodes. When I do the top 10 episodes, I'm going to do one video, top 10 10-minute long episodes, and then I'm going to do another video of the top 10 overall episodes, since the overall top 10 list is going to be completely dominated by the more plot-driven episodes that were 2 parts long. But yeah guys, until next time, peace out.
Shady Bug and Dr. Rude on the scene.
Oh, yeah. Remember, we have a mission and gotta keep a low profile. And I'm only saying so because you sometimes get a little carried away.
Carried away? I never get carried away.
Mikey, you already have henchmen.
It's good to be rude, baby.
Mikey!
Excuse me, young sir. Are you on the guest list?
Nope. Stay fresh, cheese bag.
Excuse my friend. He's rude. We're totally not heroes dressed as fake villains. Thanks. Bye.
The name's Warren Stone, and tonight's top story will be my saucy dance moves.
Piñatas and skulls. I always imagined Ghost Bear getting married on an iceberg in Hawaii, but this works. Bingo.
Now we just gotta grab the black hole toaster without drawing too much attention to ourselves.
Step aside, posers. Make way for the biggest, baddest villain in this place.
You're gonna blow our cover.
Dr. Carried away. Okay, Shady Bug, you got this. All you gotta do is stay focused and... Ghost Bear! Wait! Ghost Bear! I should be your best man! Oh. Sorry about the table, Mr. Bear.
Ay, another problema. Nothing is going right today.
Way to stay on mission, Raph.
What? You're the one getting carried away.
Says the guy who just jumped off a balcony to save his idol.
Fine. We both made some mistakes, but from here on out, we stay on mission.
I'm deep in character now, baby.
Hey, the happy couple's not so happy. Think it'd be rude to ask what's wrong?
Why, yes, it would. Knock, knock. I know it's rude to interrupt, which is why I did it. Is there something wrong? You can tell me. I'm a doctor.
You're the only person who noticed. The only one of these locos who seems to care.
Yeah, I'm not listening, but please continue.
So rude. I love it. My beloved thinks that the wedding is ruined because Meat Sweats didn't show up and he was supposed to be best man. Chicharrón!
Meat Sweats and Ghost Bear are amigos?
Best amigos. But Meat Sweats must have been faking just to learn my family's famous recipe for picadillo con arroz.
Stop talking, lady. I'm gonna rudely jump to my conclusion. Meat Sweats flaked, so you need a replacement best man, right?
See?
Lucky for you, I know the perfect guy to fill in for what's his sweats.
Mission accomplished. Now that I've got the black hole generator, I can stay for Kate.
Who's ready to feel some love? Gracias. Hola. Thank you.
My hunch was right. Let's boogie.
J-Snack!
Donnie! I can't see past the cardboard!
It's a cloaking device, thank you very much, and I'll handle it.
Thank you.
Ah!